Hello YouTube, this is the Tank 1988, and today I'm going to play Diablo 1, the first game, obviously, the first game in the Diablo series. It was released by Blizzard in 1996. So let's get started. I'm not going to be playing him, I'm going to be starting a new hero. In Diablo 1 you only had 3 classes. You had a warrior, a rogue, and a sorcerer, as you can see. And I'm going to play the rogue because she's kind of middle of the way between the warrior and the sorcerer. The sorcerer, just like in Diablo 2 and 3, the sorcerer is kind of difficult to start out with, but he's the best class later on. The warrior is easy to start out with, but his power and his efficiency kind of tapers off later on in the end. And I know the frame rate is a little odd. You'll see some interesting frame rate drops possibly later. My voice just cracked there. And the other thing is the warrior, the rogue and the sorcerer kill from a distance. The warrior has a sword, he uses swords and axes and clubs, so he has to walk all the way up to the demons, put himself in grave danger to get kills. Whereas the rogue is kind of she attacks with bows, and she has unlimited arrows, just like in Diablo 3. So I'm just gonna play her because she's easier. I can kill from a distance. She's not as tough as the sorcerer. Like I said, she's basically middle of the way. And I'll be talking a whole lot about Diablo 3 and Diablo 2, especially about Diablo 1. And this is one of my all-time favorite games. Robbie, my best friend, when I was a kid, he played it first, and of course I had to have this game. So let's just get started. Tank. And this is an original CD, by the way. Gotta love the CD load times. You can, I know the frame rate is odd, and I cannot fix it right now. Here we go. Cain.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. The witch, Adria, is an anomaly here in Tristram. She arrived shortly after the cathedral was desecrated, while most everyone else was fleeing. She had a small hut constructed at the edge of town, seemingly overnight, and has access to many strange and arcane artifacts and tomes of knowledge that even I have never seen before.
That was actually a really good thing for Cain to say, because it's a really good kind of tie. Well, okay, Diablo 3, what am I trying to say here? It was good for, as a good introduction if you've never played this game before, if you've only played Diablo 3, which I kind of disagree with that. I think that you should play and I'm going to Adria's hut right now, in case you're wondering. If you play the second or the third game in the series, you should start with the first game.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
That is kind of a famous quote in the Diablo franchise for Blizzard and video gaming in general. That quote is, I'm just going to say it is of significance. So where do I begin? This game was originally, Blizzard wanted to make it a turn-based RPG, but they instead made it an action RPG. Your character, unlike Diablo 3, you can actually customize, you can fine-tune your character with the strength and magic. And magic, actually, in Diablo 1 it's called magic, in Diablo 2 it's called energy, and in Diablo 3 it's called intelligence, so they've renamed it twice. Here's your inventory. Each class can learn each other's spells, but each class has their own unique skill. The rogue has trap disarm skill, which is actually the most useful because there's some chests you'll see, but there are some the warrior can repair his equipment, but it will lower its durability. The sorcerer uses staves, and they only hold a certain amount of charges. And he can like, for example, if you had a firebolt spell, you could have maybe 10 charges on the sorcerer's staff, and if he ran out of charges, he could recharge his staff, but it would permanently lower the total charges. So you would have, from then on, you use the skill, and he now only has 9 charges, and then 8 or so. So you don't want to do that. You cannot, as you can see, you got gold there. You cannot. Your gold is part of your inventory. It's not outside. So. And it stacks up to 5,000 pieces, so yes, your inventory can fill up with gold, and then you have to buy items. And I have
Whoa, what can I do for you?
And Griswold he was my favorite character in Diablo series, and possibly even in video games in general. He just, I like his voice. He says he tells it like it is. He doesn't screw around. He's just a really great character. I have 100 gold, so I'm going to buy some armor, a cloak, and actually I can buy a cloak and a skull cap. And yes, this is how you bought things. You don't have enough gold for the red items. It's not visual. You have to. Yeah, it's lists of items. I'm going to equip these items now. This is again sprites. This game was designed for Windows 95. Not a whole lot of. See, your character doesn't really change. You can take the bow off, and the bow will go away. But you need to get better armor for her to actually for your character to actually change.
Whoa,
Let's just talk to Griswold. He's always nice. He's always just you'll see what I mean.
Look at that edge, that balance. A sword in the right hands, and against the right foe, is the master of all weapons. Its keen blade finds little to hack or pierce on the undead. But against a living, breathing enemy, a sword will better slice their flesh.
He says I just like Griswold. The first thing, you don't have to talk to Ogden, the tavern owner, but he kind of gets the game started. He introduces you to the player, I guess, or to the character. But
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
And now I know it's a little boring right now, so I'm just going to get the game started. I don't know if I've already said this, you cannot run. So this game will take some time. And I'll have to, in order to kill Diablo, he's tough enough, I'll have to kind of go through the game several times. I might cut some of that out. And here's your first quest. There's in Diablo 3, here.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
Your death will be avenged.
Now, I love the voice acting in this game. I like the voice acting in all the Diablo games, but especially Diablo 1.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
The Butcher in Diablo 1 is very, very hard. Compared to, you fight him at, say, level, and here's your auto map, you don't use the keys very much. Unlike Diablo 3, you can use the keys to move around. Use the numbers here at the top of your key, the QWERTY, at the top of QWERTY to drink your potions. Anyway, the Butcher, for your character level, the Butcher is absolutely ridiculously hard. He's at your level 5 or 6, and you don't have to kill him. He's locked in a room. So I'm gonna leave him alone for now. The Butcher in Diablo 1 is at about the difficulty of Andariel in Diablo 2. And this is the first boss. I mean, you fight the Butcher. If you just run right in, you're going to see the Butcher within about 15 minutes of playing. It'd be like you start Diablo 2, and 15 minutes later you fight Anton. That's about as hard as he is. And if you haven't played Diablo 2 yet, I encourage you to do it. This game, I don't know if this is actually an original CD that I had back in 1997. I found it. I don't know if Blizzard still sells Diablo 1. So I don't know how difficult or easy it is for you to get a copy. And what I like to do is I like to clear out all the levels because I get gold, I get items. When you get there's 4 acts, if you will. I'm in the church right now. It's usually called the dungeon. So I'm in the dungeon right now, and you keep going. Well, you'll see. And if you keep going down, you spiral down. And come on. Oh, those are little fallens. They don't have fallen shamans. They were a little too underpowered in this game. So in Diablo 2, they gave them a shaman so you can resurrect them from the dead, or so they can be resurrected. Give them a little more of a challenge. Another thing is when you die permanently, so you need to save the game. Like your character, it's not hardcore. Your character still exists, but you need to save your game from time to time. What was I saying? Oh, it's another thing. It's blue and it's unidentified, but I can wear it, unlike the other games. Let's see here. 3, 5. Oh, forgot. You cannot. Oh, here's another. Down to level 2. Oh yeah, I was saying there are 4 acts. This is the dungeon. After 1 through 4 is a dungeon. 5 through 8 is the catacombs. 9 through 12 is the caves, and then 13 through 16 is hell. When you get into hell, you can go visit Pepin the healer. I just leveled up. You can visit Pepin, and you can buy potions that will permanently increase your character stats. So I'm going to show you here. Unlike Diablo 3, which is really ridiculous, I don't know what kind of drugs Blizzard was doing when they decided not to do this, but you can fine-tune your character. I'm going to give her a little more dexterity. Where's my 2 hit? There we go, 67% chance of hitting the enemy. In Diablo 1 and 2, you could do that. You could fine-tune your character with the stats. Let me just kill everything here real quick. You cannot press Alt to find your items, so sometimes I'll move the mouse around the screen so I can look for items. It'll flash here when I mouse over an item. Anyway, when you get into hell, you can buy the max level is 50, by the way. You can buy potions that you drink, and they'll permanently increase these stats. So you can, and there's maximum stats for I believe for the rogue, it's 250 dexterity, 100 magic, 150 strength, 200 vitality, something like that. But you can actually get maximum stats without maximum level. The potions that do that cost 5,000 gold each, and so when your inventory fills up with gold, that's a good time. Oh, I keep forgetting I can't press escape to get out of the inventory. I have to, or the side screens, I have to press the key I used. I have to press I. I have to press the key I used. Yeah, now I'm going to drink a health potion. Anyway, I want another one. I like to clear out all the floors because this game is hard. This game is hard. Diablo 3 is Diablo 3 is extremely easy. It's a no-brainer compared to Diablo 2, and Diablo 2 is a no-brainer at all compared to this game. Although, that's not okay. Diablo 2 is. It's not that Diablo 2 is a no-brainer, but it is. This game is really hard. So I'm gonna have to. What I do is I clear. What I'm going to do is I basically clear out all of the levels so that I can get. So that I can fill my inventory with gold, basically, so that I can buy those potions. And I'm gonna need more life actually next time I level up, because those barrels. Oh. I clear out all the levels so I can buy those potions to increase my stats, so I can just make it easier when we get to the very end. So I'm gonna have to play completely through this game a few times, and I might cut out that. One thing is these maps are procedurally generated. Procedural means random but with rules. So unlike Diablo 3, where, and I just got a scroll of identify so I don't have to see Cain, let's identify the cat. This one gives me more, this one gives me a little more armor. I might as well save, keep forgetting. What was I saying? Instead of having the same maps, there's a mana potion, over and over and over again, each time you play, the map is completely random. This map here will never ever appear ever again in this exact map. Well, I guess if you played maybe 10 trillion games, this exact map could generate. Potion of full mana. I should have used my disarm trap skill, but I didn't, so I was stupid. There's a barrel blocking my way. So what I was saying was I'm going to have to give some more light. I'm going to have to go through this game a few times just so that I don't want, again, death is permanent. So you have to, I don't want to get caught in a situation where I'm fighting Diablo and I just can't kill him. So without there it is, without starting a entirely new game. So what this basically means is, if you have a short attention span and you want to watch this Let's Play, you are going to have a very, very bad time. You're going to have some patience. This is part 1. I'm going to do this in parts, probably 1 part per level. That's what I'm thinking of doing. If the level's short, I might have 1 part with 2 levels. What I'm thinking of doing is just I'm going to clear out the I'm repeating myself. I'm going to clear everything out, and that'll be 1 video. And actually, I need to use the keys to see that I've explored. Yep. Now that I've completely cleared this level, I'm going to go back to, and I don't really need mana, I need health more than, whoops, I need health more than mana at this point. And yes, I know about duplicating items in this game. I used to be really good at it, but I haven't done it in so many years, I don't have the technique down anymore. Now that this level is clear, except for that and that, I'm going to go back up to town, sell my items, and that might be the end of this video. So it's a little boring at the start, not a whole lot going on. Do I have a... Yeah, I need to identify that. So I'm going to go over to Cain. You cannot identify by right-clicking. You have to either use a scroll, or you talk to Cain, the Elder. So that's what I'm going to do here.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen, that's another famous quote. Identify the item, will cost 100 gold. Do you want to identify this? Yes. Cap of balance, faster hit recovery. I think that might actually be beneficial to have. Cape, I'm not going to use the sword. Yeah, I might as well save. I keep forgetting I cannot my health. You cannot put your mouse over the globes and see. You have to press C character. Press.
What ails you, my friend?
Talk to Pep and the healer. Receive healing. You cannot sell your items all over town. You have to go to specific, like if I wanted to sell my armor and weapons, I have to go to Griswold. If I want to sell my mana potions and scrolls and staves and books, I have to go to Adria. So
what can I do for you?
Just do this. And now that I have, I'm going to repair, and you have to repair it one at a time. Do I have enough? No. What about basic? Can I get a better bow, maybe? Leather armor would be good to have. I think how much? Yeah, okay, I'm going to sell the cape, then I'm going to sell the mana potions, and I'm going to buy that leather armor. Gotta walk all the way over to Adria, and then I have to walk all the way over to Griswold. So again, if you have a short attention span, do not watch this Let's Play. Just don't do it.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Potion of mana, potion of full mana. I'm gonna... Whoops. Pause. And how much gold do I have? There we go. Okay. And let's just get the leather armor, and I'll call that good for this video. Next up, we're going to go to
Oh, what can I do for you?
level 2, where the butcher is, but I'm going to not engage him. And thanks for watching part 1 of my Diablo 1 Let's Play.